We will now move on to Remembrance Sunday. Would the proposer of the motion like to make a 2-minute speech?
Thank you. Well, this motion is quite a harmless motion. It's simply... thank you. This is quite a harmless motion. It simply helps the student union work with the chaplaincy and give them the proper mandate to do so, to have a Remembrance Sunday service out in the piazza or in here if weather conditions aren't fantastic. And it has various other ways to sort of support this. So there has poppies out and SU outlets. It mandates the president to ask music performing societies such as Brassok to play the last post. And also it mandates the student union to put up a projector or a sound system if needs be. And yeah, that's really it. This is just a small little motion to give the SU a mandate to do so. Thank you.
Thank you. Is anyone speaking against the motion? Are there any comments or questions?
Yeah, thank you. I don't necessarily think I am either informed enough or kind of committed enough to take any position, but as an international student, I would just like to know what you sort of pictured the relationship of the SU supporting a very UK-focused, UK-based event with the wider student body that we have at the university and in the SU, which might not all identify with the people who have died fighting in UK wars, or who might even have very strong feelings against what the UK has done in various places around the world.
Thank you. Would the proposer like to reply?
Well, if I remember correctly, one of the union beliefs is the SU should encourage students to remember in the best way that they feel. So, and also I feel that Remembrance Sunday, whilst it is specifically a UK phenomenon, well, it's in other countries, the red poppy, remembrance, it's simply a time to remember people that have died. It doesn't glorify anything, it doesn't send any political messages. All it does is remember those that have died in previous wars, starting from First World War straight up to now. Well, I mean, in all wars, but that's when the tradition started. Yeah, and that's... I understand that other countries may feel differently, but they can remember their own people that have died in subsequent wars.
Thank you. Luke, did you want to... Are you all right? Yeah?
I just wanted to say that I like this motion because it gives sort of scope for people to celebrate it however they want to. Not celebrate, but like remember however they wish to. So point number 2 says to observe it in the way that's best for them. There's also, alongside red poppies, there are going to be white poppies, which is just sort of mainly for peace rather than, like a specific UK thing, which I think is lovely. Yay.
Thank you. And Alex?
I don't have a problem with people wanting to commemorate Remembrance Sunday or Remembrance Day, though this motion doesn't make it clear which. My main concern over this is that the motion is not, it's going to make people who, for example, if you had somebody in your family who, say, fought in World War I and was shot for cowardice, or somebody who was discharged from the army from being gay, like, I don't think it's inclusive of those people, and I think there's a difference between being something like you don't have particularly strong feelings on it and something that people will actually find quite hurtful, like, I don't know.
Well, it's really the answer before. This is not a sort of day to remember these quite horrid things that happened during war. It's simply, again, a day to commemorate and remember those that have died in war. Yeah, I don't think the day is celebrating, people being kicked out of the army or people being shot for cowardice. I think it's simply there to remember. Answer. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any other comments or questions? Michael?
I suppose it's more a question for the proposer, but like Christian said, significant international community at Warwick, what would your attitude, sort of response be if there was significant push for it from the student body, from international students, for this in the future to be a service, rather than just remembering the British people who had fallen, all those who had fallen in the world wars, like become more of an international remembrance service rather than a British focused one? I just wonder what your position would be on that.
Well, yeah, I'm quite happy for that. I mean, I just wrote this motion with this particular in mind, but if there's an international student, next ASM or any ASM that wants to do that, fine, I'd be quite in support of that. I wrote this with this in mind. I just didn't have that in mind when I wrote it.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions? Okay, we'll take it to an indicative vote. All those in favour? All those against? And any abstentions? Thank you.